Hello, guys. Thank you for stopping by the Nurse Chuckles RN community. I do consider myself a new content creator. I started maybe 2022, dibbling, dabbling in content creation. I've been an RN for 21 years. I never thought I would be interested in content creation. I have not quit any of my jobs just to do YouTube, and I do not encourage anyone else to do that either until you're like rolling in the dough. Take that money, flip it, and make money. I don't encourage a regular 9 to 5 for people that are aspiring to do something different, but I understand that someone's got to do it. I also do DoorDash, Lyft, and Uber. So I encourage people to have jobs. If you are making only $22, $25 an hour, and you're thinking about going back to school, I know sometimes it's hard if you're working a 9 to 5, and that's the money that you're making. You're looking for ways to make overtime, or you cannot fit school into your schedule. So I do encourage, I'll be giving some of those links out on various videos of mine. In this Nurse Chuckles community, we're going to be talking about anything from community, comedy, medicine, things that make you laugh, things that make you cry, things that are going to make you want to roll your eyes. No. But, and again, I don't mean to be misleading. I came up with the Nurse Chuckles nickname just because I like to chuckle when I watch stuff. I am not a comedian. I will be giving you content creation related to next generation questions, next generation NCLEX questions. I'll also be discussing things like drop shipping, content creation with Canva and various other sites, but Canva is my go-to. I have a drop shipping site that I opened up a few years back. I do sell some things out of there. It's not very successful, but I think that we go after things kind of half. Can I say ass on here? If we're not putting our effort into stuff, the income will show. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be a nurse, you could be working at Del Taco, and with no effort, you won't yield any income. So with content creation is work. But then you're out there trying to get the approval of other people to make your money, and then that's no fun. So I say I always have a few hustles, but if you are one of those people that are catchy and you just cute and people like to tune into you or whatever it is and like to watch you put on makeup, make your money. I used to be like, man, that's what's wrong with the world. These people are getting paid for nothing. I feel the same way about NBA players. Don't get me. NBA, NFL, not that I appreciate all the talents. The money that they make, though. Politicians, the money that they make. The money that Starbucks has made. Like I looked up, Starbucks made like $3.26 or something like that $1 million last year. And I was calculating, I'm like, if they had 381,000 employees and they made $3.26 or $3.23 billion, if that's profit after you done paid your water bill, your light bill, paid all your employees, and they have 381,000 employees. Now, I don't know if any of those are salary or what they are, but they've documented 381,000 employees. So if the Starbucks in general, which I know people own these like franchises, it's not like it's just one person, but Starbucks brings in $3.2 something billion. So at the end of the year, if the people that own these Starbucks or Starbucks in general said we're going to keep $1 billion to ourselves of this profit, and the other $2.2 billion we're going to divide it up against all of these, for these amongst all these employees. Now, I want to say at the end of the year, if they were to give a bonus, it would be like $5,600 something. It's not life-changing money, but would any of you turn down an extra $5,000 a year, whether you got it at the end of the year or the beginning of the year? The other thing that I would propose, or what I like, is if they went ahead and divided it like monthly, then that's like an extra $400 something, extra $200 something every 2 weeks on a paycheck. Who doesn't want an extra $200 something every couple of weeks on a paycheck? I don't care if you're a nurse. We make good money when we make our money, and we're not about to turn down a $200 bonus. So when these people are out here, they were also frontline workers. They were out here in the height of COVID and all this, and worried about losing their jobs too, without those COVID vaccines that they were encouraging, we'll say. So again, if you've got the ability, because even doing Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash, because these are things that I'm gonna show you. I'll show you some videos you'll see on here, and then I will also show you some income from nursing. But since DoorDash and these things are the topic of discussion, and I do want to appeal to the community that's trying to make more money. You know, if you want more time to create content, then you need a job that is flexible, that can still bring you in the money. The other thing that I have an issue with, and have had an issue with all my life, I've been working since I was 15, I feel like when you go somewhere and you buy a product, if I'm going to buy a shirt, if I'm going to buy a cup of coffee, if I'm going to buy a soda, if I'm going to buy a hamburger, they get paid right then and there for their service and what they provided. Where the rest of us, no matter what we do, unless you go into private duty something. So like with private duty nursing, oh yeah, absolutely. There's some people that may pay me the day of service. But for the most part, I work for a home health agency. I work for a registry. I was just recently working for a well-known dialysis center, and which dialysis nurses in center, they're not making the money for what it is that they ask us to do. I mean, like, $48 and $49 an hour is not bad money, right? But if you could make $40 to $50 an hour and not be running like a dog, why would you not do it? But you know, in center dialysis, somebody has to do it. What I would like to encourage is not people walk away from that are into nursing. I do say venture into this and help us fight as patients, as other nurses. If you do in-center dialysis, you tell me how you like it. I'm already trying to push the envelope on a few things. A ratio of 1 to 12 in California with only 2 registered nurses in the building. So when one person goes to pee, you're like by yourself no matter what happens. I mean, you might have 4 or 5 technicians with you, which usually 1 or 2 of them on each side of the room are going to be gone for lunch too, because people feel like, hey, these machines run themselves. It's not safe. Again, I'll get into that later. But on this channel, I hope that, you know, we can talk about everything from artificial intelligence. I used to be against using AI. One of those people that feel like, you know, I watched iRobot and all these things too, and I'm like, I can see the potential for something harmful behind it. But I do feel like AI as content creators and or as educators, if we look at AI as a way for us to advance as a people, because AI is only as good as its user. If you don't have thoughts and words in your brain, you're not going to be able to tell AI to do nothing that's interesting. You know, I mean, you could say, give me a book on heart failure, and AI, ChatGPT, will generate you a book on heart failure. But those to fine tune it, you got to take the time to really know what you're talking about and put those key points in there, so it's not just a rambling book of just not junk, because it's still going to be interesting information. But I don't want us to get away from authentic intellect, authentic creations, you know. But at the same time, like I said, AI knows what it knows because we have generated and put that information out into the atmosphere. But the powers that be have had technology for AI for a long time. We don't look at Google as being AI, but that is a form of AI, and it's been around for a little bit. When I went to school in the nursing program, you didn't have no AI to look up. Like you're looking your Davis drug guide, you're gonna use your Merck manual, you're gonna use a PDR. And as a teacher, I encourage my students as well to get familiar with using those things and never to get away from it. But I also let them use their telephones, because we are in a world of technology, and you do need to be able to use it effectively. The more effective you can use your technology, the better care that you can give to people. If you got people sitting there feeling like, oh my God, there's something that I don't know, and it's going to be a headache, I have to walk all the way down to the end of the, you know, here to go and get this book, or I don't know what to click on this program that we're using, Meditech, Cerner, whatever it is, which a lot of things you just hover over the you right click and it's going to tell you about it. But if you don't know how to search stuff, research stuff, and it's tedious to you, you probably shouldn't be in nursing anyway. When people are getting our orders wrong at the fast food restaurant, I wish they were just listening like it was a dictaphone, and you still give that job to a person to read the screen and make sure it's done correct, but perhaps it would be more accurate. But the person could ring it in correct. A person can ring it in correct, and you still end up with the wrong order. Excuse me, I call it the fast food demon. Seems like my order is always wrong. I try to be cool, though, and blame myself for asking for a special request and whatever else. But anyway, so on this channel, as you keep up and we keep up with each other, grow together, put it out in the atmosphere that I am giving subscription for subscription. I also am trying to get to 1,000. I would love to see what that AdSense money is like. I did my motivation for getting started on TikTok in 2022 was because a nurse that I work with and her fiance had like 100,000 something followers. Now they have like 1 million followers. And I said, oh, you know, you're TikTok famous. And she's like, I don't feel like I got TikTok famous money. And I don't remember what it was, the dollar amount that she told me, but it was more than $200. And I thought, for making videos, yeah, I want to try it. And so she's like, well, first you have to get 10,000 followers. So I said, bet, I'm going to get 10,000 followers. So I jump on TikTok. I didn't know nothing really about content creation or trends. I barely really did, angles or this, that, or whatever, how to film. I still am not great at all that stuff. When I say I'm a content creator, I create digital designs and things like that, build websites, help do logos and things like that for people to put on clothing. I have a drop shipping site. So anyway, so like when it comes to like filming and stuff like that, you can see right here, I am not an editor pro or anything like that. I do some editing now, and but I'm definitely not a pro at editing, but I know more than I knew before 2022. And but anyhow, long story short, getting into TikTok, first 4 months I got my 10,000 supporters. And I was showing my kid, like, the first couple weeks I was on, I put out this video, and I thought, ooh, how friendly the TikTok community is. And there were like, I don't know, like 1,000 something likes on this particular video, and it wasn't anything that was viral, but I was like, ooh, because again, I had been on Facebook not doing anything. I just kind of used that for pictures and to make little comments when I feel like making little comments. And then I realized you can use it to keep up with friends, family, and whatever. So I got into Facebook, but by then everybody else had moved on to like Instagram. By the time I got into Instagram, everybody moved on to Snapchat. So I'm a late bloomer with this, and I posted a couple videos on YouTube when I was found. I felt like I was doing well on TikTok, but I didn't give any thought to this is not YouTube material, because I didn't really know what was YouTube material. I just used YouTube for education. I just really wasn't thinking. I just figured, okay, I'm going to call this channel the Nurse Chuckles channel now. And this YouTube, I've had the same YouTube page since 2013 because I had a boyfriend that was about 13 years younger than me. And at the time, I wanted to listen to music, and Pandora and YouTube were two things that I wasn't really familiar with, but I like to listen to. So he had created this YouTube account. And then 2022, I decided I'm going to make this account a YouTube account, and I'm going to be a content creator. I'm gonna venture down this road. And I started and I enjoyed doing TikTok. It was kind of fun. And then next thing you know, I get a community violation for something I thought was so funny, and Instagram allowed me to share it. Again, it's nothing extra fancy. I probably should not put it on YouTube because I'm still learning the rules of engagement here. But if you go to my Instagram, you'll be able to see some of those under the Nurse Chuckles IG. You'll be able to see some of those videos that are up there that I got banned for. One of them, I made a video talking about, basically like a love yourself video. I thought it was very positive. It was when I first got this scar. Maybe a few years back, I might have got this scar, I don't know, I guess maybe 2021, before COVID. I'm trying to think. I don't know when I got this. I have to look back on Facebook to see when I got this, but I used to be pretty. So I ended up crashing on a motorcycle with no brakes and no helmet. I give much better advice than I follow. But so I ended up with this scar. And when I got on TikTok, I made a video showing how it looked in the beginning, right after the crash, and how it has changed and healed. And I played Alicia Carr's Scars So Beautiful, and they banned me for that. So anyway, that video is on TikTok, and I mean, not on TikTok, it's on Instagram. TikTok said no, it's a trigger or whatever it is. But anyway, so I'm learning all the rules of engagement to these different sites. And then I turn on about a month ago, and I see DoorDash. And like many people, she was inspiring. And I've been watching YouTube since, I mean, off and on through the years now, and 2022, I really got into it, and that's what made me start the drop shipping. I used to do some Cricut, and then I thought, ooh, I can mass produce stuff, and I like to be able to sell to some of these shops, and how would I market myself, and this, that. Again, still the whole time teaching and nursing, and when I got into Canva to even think about marketing and drop shipping and designs, I was at the time trying to create an ebook, and I didn't have a goal or a date. I just wanted to create some educational material for nursing students and for the general public on certain topics. And then I was like, ooh, I can make shoes. I can make a jacket. Well, I can make hats. I don't have to spend any money to do this. Like, I paid $12.99 for a pro account, so that's a little bit of money. But literally, you can make this stuff without having these pro accounts. So all this stuff you see people talking about, drop shipping, in video, AI, marketing, this and that kind. I set out to see, can you make money with this? The same way I started DoorDashing, because I set out to see, can you make money with this? I was doing Shipt, which I'll tell you a story on some other time how I lost my Shipt delivery job. Again, never any issues as a nurse, but when it comes down to deliveries and punctuality, I was having some issues there. And because I use Boost Mobile, and I just don't have top-of-the-line equipment. But people tell you don't need top-of-the-line equipment to do these things. When it comes down to it, of course, better quality is good. And then when it comes down to DoorDash and all, and ship deliveries and stuff, if you got a phone that freezes every other whatever, yes, you do need to upgrade that. And again, it might take some time, but as long as you can get on the internet, put that app down, start doing you some DoorDash. Again, I suggest sign up for DoorDash, Lyft, and Uber. If you can do Shipt, those were the best tips ever. Like, those were great tips. I used to be a waitress, and so I like tips. And as a nurse, your tips become compliments. And you're not allowed to cry about anything because you're a nurse, and people feel like we're already well paid. And as soon as we start talking about nurse burnout or wanting to do something different, people start looking like you're so ungrateful. I love nursing. I am a third generation RN, but the politics to nursing are for another video. But anyway, so on my channel, hopefully we'll touch on all these things. I want you to look at me not as a jack of all trades and a master of none, but a jack of all trades and a master of many. I've got a little insight on everything. I keep pro accounts on most stuff so that people that are wanting to try these things can try it. And again, I don't give out my codes to it, but that way you're able to kind of see, hey, is it worth it? Because you can sign up. Like, you can go on Canva and it'll give you a free trial. You can sign up to Loom, it'll give you a free trial. But knowing what you're doing with stuff, sometimes if you don't have the time, by the time you get into it or really try to create something, now your free trial is over. So I'm that friend. And if you do go to my website at My 2 Cents Community Help Services and become a member on there and connect with me, you can get access to these things as well, or have designs made cheaper than you would have had anywhere else. Again, I tell people My 2 Cents Community Help Services, I literally make less than 2 cents with that particular business. I did open my LLC a couple years back, Harriet Nightingale's Proteges, which I do private duty nursing out of there. I've had some ups and downs with that as well, because running a business of any kind, it takes effort. And then I was even like trying to pay people under the table as incentive. And again, to say stick it to the man. But at the end of the day, I'm just sticking it to myself. And so anyway, so I'm not a person that's going to get on here and tell you I'm a nurse that has all these things together. I'm 45 years old. Like, again, I love nursing. Third generation. But if you live in California, you already know things are expensive out here, and you really just have to learn that less is more. You're going to still have, things that you like, things that interest you. You can work your butt off and neglect your family. I'll tell you about that at a later date. Started buying my first house at 24. Now I've been a renter and a gypsy for some years now. And eventually I will buy something. I'm not interested in buying anything that I'm not going to be able to make money off of. But, if you're an adult and you make a few mistakes, it is hard to get back on track without paying a whole lot into, and again, building credit. And I've got this thing, I'll be glad when a comment hits and the FICA score is no longer a topic of discussion. We're only going to be able to survive off of the skills we have and who can kick the most butt. So anyway, but yeah, so I'll stop talking. It's been 20 minutes. Hopefully you guys gave me at least 2 minutes of watch time on here. And I will share you another video behind this one, because let's get started. They say make something a few times a day till something hits, but I know that that's not just it, how we uploaded the file name to it. So as soon as I figure out the formula for that, I'll be on here making a video about that. Right now, I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut like everybody else, trying to get to that 1,000, trying to get some of that AdSense money. And as far as TikTok, that I can tell you how to grow on there. I don't have 100,000 subscribers. Yes, I only have 11.7 thousand subscribers. I don't have 1 million likes. I only have 29,000 likes or something like that. And again, I make content with very little effort, and I really just use it as a platform to advertise for my own business and shoot out a few things for affiliate marketing. Yes, I do that too. But again, I don't want you to ignore the fact that I'm a nurse. I've got a brain to pick. I'd love for you to ask me some questions. I'd love to give you some knowledge. If we're able to go live on TikTok, let me know. I guess I can go live on YouTube, but I ain't ready yet. I'm still nervous. I don't like going live on TikTok that often. If I was smart, I would do it. I did make $65 once upon a time in 30 minutes doing a raffle online for one of my businesses. And I showed it on TikTok, and I played Connect Four with somebody, and exchanged a little bit while I was trying to pack up stuff. I was not even on that long if I was smart. And actually, I guess I did 2 videos, but I'd say it was maybe about 30 minutes of video time total at the end. But what it is you need 12,000 diamonds, and I'm still I don't even understand how to get 12,000, how I got it. I don't know. All I know is I made $65 in 30 minutes just talking to people and doing something good for the community. So, of course, that sold me. But when I got my first community violation, that made me feel some kind of way. And then while I was in the middle of shooting another raffle, I got that live banned. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't understand the rules of engagement. I'm out. I don't like all this control. And but I'm still there, and I'm still doing what I do. I like seeing the videos that other people make. I like engaging. I like the idea that if I watch something long enough, if they get enough likes and my like helps them with another like, and you don't have to go out, and it saves you one less hour for working for one of these establishments that could care less, that are making millions of dollars at the end of the day while people are struggling just to make $30,000-$40,000 a year. Again, not as nurses. I'm not saying that is our dilemma. When people act like, well, just ignore that. If they want that kind of money, they can go to school, but they don't look at the whole picture. People aren't looking at, maybe some people would go to school, but they can't get off of work. They got bills to pay. They're scared to be homeless. They're scared to lose their car. They don't have a dependable car, which I will talk to you about Lyft in another video and give you my code. But Lyft is a good way if you don't have transportation. Use that rental. You use the rental from Turo. Really, it's cheaper. But with Lyft, you basically can keep that car all month long. Drive it wherever you want. Take it to Vegas if you want to. But that is your work vehicle. That's your school vehicle. That's your I want to play for today vehicle. Everybody should. I don't care what you do for a living. You should be signed up for DoorDash. You should be signed up for Uber. You should be signed up for Lyft. You get paid instantly. What is the argument on it? People feel like, I don't want to do it. Just because, all right, well, this message is not for you. Don't do it. Don't believe that fat meat is greasy. Just keep working your 9 to 5 and making the money that you make. Like it and budget and whatever it is that makes you happy. But me, I like getting paid the same day, whether I'm nursing or whether I'm doing DoorDash deliveries. Now, again, every job I have doesn't. My home health job pays me the 10th and the 25th every month. Another job pays me once a week when I do go, but I managed to sustain just doing a few home health patients and doing Uber and DoorDash. And so I like ER, ICU. I love to practice that type of medicine. And I like to help people. I don't always like who I work for, and that's also what has kept me doing it, because I say the day I wake up and say, you know what, take this job and shove it, or if something happens and what if I lost, heaven forbid, I don't want to lose my license, but I'm not a person that would think any less of myself. I guess depending on why I got in trouble, of course that would affect me, but as long as I could still go out and work and I haven't hurt anybody, I liked waitressing. The money was good. If you knew that you could make $350 a day doing Lyft, and you're an LVN and you make $350 to $400 a day to run your butt off, you might want to take a day off and do Lyft or DoorDash. You just might. There's no documentation. There's no diarrhea. There's no reports to give. I don't know. Again, it ain't for everybody, but I know people have said DoorDash is giving people false hope. Telling someone they could be a nurse or a doctor could be also considered as giving somebody false hope. Maybe if you feel like, I didn't do well in school. Doesn't matter. Once you get into that program, it's like starting over with a new slate. Now, if you're still having trouble studying, there's ways around that. As far as trying to get the right technique for yourself, getting the study tools, getting the time. But time is what you learn as you get older. You cannot put a price on having your own time. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. I'm at 26 minutes already. Again, hopefully you gave me at least 30 minutes. And if you watched to the end, please go ahead and click that like and subscribe button, because we're all trying to get to 1,000. Deuces.